So I've made copper wire trees out of sea glass and out of agate that I collected from Oregon. And I live in Texas, and so I said, well, why not make it out of the Texas gemstone, Texas Topaz. So I got my hands on 125 grams of Texas Topaz, and I'm going to try and make a copper wire tree out of this topaz. And the first thing I've got to do is I've got to tumble it and get it looking nice. And topaz is pretty hard, and it's also known for fracturing. So it's a little bit temperamental. So now I don't have enough to for filling the barrel, so I'm going to have to supplement it a little bit. So I've got some sacrificial stones. These are not as hard as topaz, so they will get ground down, but it's worth the effort. And so without further ado, we'll get started on polishing our topaz. Normal stones take about a month. I'm guessing that the first stage of polishing will take longer because these are hard, and so we'll get rolling. This is pretty much what the topaz looked like before we started the tumbling. And away we go on our first step to make our Texas Topaz tree. So tumbling of stones has 4 phases to it altogether. And during the second phase of tumbling, the stones were getting a nice frosted finish, as you can see, but they were getting little pits. And as I said during the intro, topaz has a problem where it fractures a little bit. And that's the pits are from the fracturing where they bump into other rocks. And so to fix that problem, I added plastic beads into the barrel along with the other stones, and that seems to have fixed the problem. So I've made the loops in the wires and twisted them all together into a tree, and I fixed the tree to the rock base with epoxy. There are 27 loops in all, awaiting the topaz to be polished. It's in the tumbler right now on the final polish. So as soon as that's done, I can start putting those in the loops for the final assembly. If you want to see how the tree was put together, you can go to my other video on how to assemble an agate tree. Well, there's the finished topaz. It got a beautiful shine on it. I don't know if you can see that all together, but it started out 125 grams and it ended up, including the chips, it ended up 84 grams. So that's how much was worn off. And you can see the shine on them, and they look like ice to me. It's really pretty. So for the tree, it looks like I have about 40 pieces that I'll be able to use. They range in weight from 2 carats, the smallest one, to about 15 carats. Looks like there's about 4 that are around 16 to 22 carats that are probably too big for the tree. And altogether, it looks like there are about 40 usable stones, and I have 27 slots, so I'll be able to pick what looks like it'll fit the best. So I finished my Texas topaz tree, and I learned a lot. I learned that topaz does fracture pretty easy. I started with about 30 stones and ended up with 40, and so some of them split right in half, and ended up with a lot of little bits. So there was a lot of fracturing going on, and some chips, but I was able to polish a lot of those out, so they turned out nice. The tree itself, the stones are pretty heavy. Topaz is a heavy stone, so it's turned out to be more of a weeping willow than a sturdy oak. So I probably could have designed the tree a little bit different to make it a little bit more sturdy, but I'm happy with it. The stones are real pretty, nice and clear, and they polish up just super nice. But as far as I know, it's the only Texas topaz tree that is in existence. So there you have it.